This is your first time in the Minneapolis, Minnesota Real Estate Market channel. You want to know everything about living in Minneapolis, Minnesota? Subscribe below and tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market in Minneapolis, Minnesota. My name is Trent Seaman with eXp Realty Advisory Group. I get calls every day from people just like you. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 9 months, feel free to reach out as all my contact information is in the description box below. I'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Today we're in Bloomington, Minnesota, and as you can tell, we're at the Mall of America. That is coming up next. Thinking about buying or selling a home in Bloomington, Minnesota, where you're looking for a family-friendly neighborhood, a great investment, or just curious about the market, I've got you covered. In this video, we'll break down everything you need to know about Bloomington's real estate market, top neighborhoods, housing trends, and expert tips to help you make the best move. Let's dive in. Right now, the Bloomington real estate market is hot due to the spring season. The median home price is around $385,000 in West Bloomington and $340,000 in East Bloomington. The homes are selling in about 59 days in West Bloomington and 40 days in East Bloomington on the average. Compared to last year, we're seeing rising prices with the lack of inventory. Bloomington has something for everyone. If you want larger homes with more space, West Bloomington is the place to be. But if you're looking for convenience and affordability, East Bloomington offers great options near major attractions. Schools here are highly rated with Bloomington Public Schools and nearby private school choices. Plus, there's no shortage of parks, trails, and shopping areas. You'll find a mix of classic mid-century homes, split levels, and newer construction in Bloomington. If you're looking for a starter home, there are great townhome communities, while higher-end properties can be found in West Bloomington. Investors also see opportunities here, especially with the rental demand near the airport and Mall of America. Bloomington is a fantastic place to live for commuters and families, thanks to its prime location and amenities. However, property taxes can be a bit higher compared to other areas, and like most Minnesota, winters can be harsh, so be prepared. In Bloomington, my best advice is to get pre-approved and be ready to move quickly, especially in a competitive price range. Sellers, this is still a strong market, but pricing your home right and staging it well can make a big difference. And if you're a first-time buyer, don't forget about special loan programs that can help you get into your first home with lower down payments. Looking ahead, Bloomington continues to be a great market for buyers and sellers alike. With steady growth and upcoming developments, home values are expected to hold strong. If you're thinking about buying or selling in Bloomington, I'd love to help you. Drop a comment below or reach out to me directly for personalized advice. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more Twin Cities updates. So you're thinking of moving to Minneapolis, Minnesota. In this video, we're going to show you around Bloomington, Minnesota. We're going to take you to some of the neighborhoods and show you some of the different homes so you can see what may fit within your budget. If you stick around to the end, we'll share with you the best kept secret of this neighborhood that you definitely don't want to miss. And here we are, Mall of America. We're in the Nickelodeon amusement park. All right, we're in our next neighborhood here, and as you can tell, our first neighborhood, I should say, and we are on the east side of Bloomington. We're going to show you homes on the east side of Bloomington, which is right now. Then we're going to hit the middle part of town, and then we'll hit the southwest part of town. But as you can tell, all the houses in this neighborhood were built in the 50s. And the property that we're looking at right here was built in 1954. This is 9124 Bloomington Jefferson. 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, about 2,700 square feet. In great shape. Very mature neighborhood. This is one of the older neighborhoods in Bloomington on this side of town. So we're on the Kennedy side of town. So when I say that, kids in this area go to Kennedy High School. So that's split basically by I-35. Kids west of I-35 will go to Bloomington, but we're on the Kennedy side of town. We are literally 2 minutes that way to Mall of America. So you're real close to that. You can hear a tiny bit of airport noise. We're 5 minutes from the airport too as well. I guarantee you this house's windows have all the airport windows that the city of Minneapolis put in to work on the noise so you can't hear the airplanes flying inside your house. And you can like there's a plane flying right there and I can barely hear it. So you're far enough away, I think you're not gonna hear it too much, but I'm sure they have the windows in these houses. Great big great big trees in the neighborhood too as well. So it's a great house. Let's go take a drive around the neighborhood. All right, we're at our second stop here. We're at 9943 Quirrell Road Lane in Bloomington, Minnesota. We've got a 5-bedroom, 3-bath house, asking $575,000 for it. It's a Rambler, all right, but built in 1963. So as you can tell from all the houses around here, all around that same kind of year, architectural feel to it. You got big mature trees here. You got good sized lots, but yeah, as you can see, you got another Rambler right here. But typical of the 60s neighborhood in Bloomington, you're gonna find these guys. You get a nice Rambler here for $574,000. We are basically in the middle of town, so we are not far from the big junior college in town, which I'm forgetting its name, but it's one of the biggest junior colleges in Minnesota. You're about 3 minutes from there. You can jump right on the highway right here to get downtown very easily. So good location. Again, nice quiet street, big old trees, really, really cool. Now let's go drive around the neighborhood. Drive here through our second neighborhood. Again, classic 60s architecture in here. Good sized lots, big old trees, quiet streets. Even though the garages are for the most part in the front here, there's no cars piling on the streets, parking on the streets, which is nice. Again, you're here on this here in this neighborhood. We are more in the middle, but we're still considered on the west side of Bloomington. 35 for the most part, I think, is a split of determining east versus west Bloomington. It's all one town, but like all the kids on the west side go to Jefferson High School, all the kids on the east side go to Kennedy High School, and they play their sports based on those geographical areas. So you're either in the Kennedy sports program or you're on the Jefferson side. Again, a little nature preserve here on the left, and then we're gonna come down the hill. We'll be at the junior college, which for some reason is blanking the name of it. But it's a very, very good junior college. Go there dirt cheap, and if you graduate there in 2 years, you can enroll right into the University of Minnesota Twin Cities. So it's a great, great deal. Get your first 2 years done here at a very, very reasonable price, and then you can transfer in for your last 2 years, get right in your major at the University of Minnesota. And the name of the junior college, Normandale. There you go. Normandale Junior College is right there. Oh, as a matter of fact, we're almost end of the video here, but I'll pull in. And they used to have really, really good sports. They don't have a sports program anymore, but this is the junior college down here, so you can get a good idea of what that's like. So if you got a kid that's thinking about going to college, you get a very, very good education here for very little money. And then you can transfer into the University of Minnesota Twin Cities to get a great education. So that's the junior college. And that's the end of our first video. All right, this is our third stop today, and this is our house right here. 7021 Ken Mayer Drive in Bloomington, Minnesota. We've got 5 bedrooms, we've got 5 baths, we got over 5,500 square feet. This house backs up into a Minnesota Wildlife Nature Center or nature area, so nothing can be built behind these people. And you can walk, there's all kinds of walking paths down there too as well. As you can tell, we're in a very quiet street. It's very, very nice. We've got a mature neighborhood. We've got big trees. Almost all the garages are in the front, so there are no alleyways here. But, you know, this is 7021. This is a steal for $1.18 million. 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, 5,500 square feet. Again, on the Nature Center. We're not far from 169. So it's very easy to get. You're probably 20 minutes from the airport from here. You're probably 25 minutes from downtown. If you want to work downtown, if you got any sports events going on down there. So it's a good location. We're in southwest Bloomington. So we're all the way down in the corner there. So this is the farthest that you could be from probably the Twin Cities and live in Bloomington. But very, very pretty. As you can see, lots of big old trees and stuff. Now let's go take a drive around the neighborhood. All right, as I said in the video on the house, we're on the southwest side of Bloomington. So in this location, Bloomington has a ski resort. So you're very, very close to skiing. If your kids love to snowboard, it's a great place to snowboard. It's like one of the better places to snowboard. So the skiing's not great because the hills aren't very big, but the snowboarding is very, very good. So we're real close to that. You're also real close to Dred Scott Sports Facility. So if your son or daughter plays baseball or softball, that's where all the kids from the west side of Bloomington play their baseball and softball. Now, big old houses here as we're driving through the neighborhood. All overlooking the Minnesota River. This is somewhat older, probably built, I'm going to say, in the 80s. But Bloomington used to be like there was no town south of here. Bloomington was it. And right now the population is about 88,000, but Bloomington was the power town in Minneapolis for their sports and everything. So, but since everything's grown out, it's kind of taken away. Like they were the hockey program in the state, but with all the growth, that has changed. But still reasonable to get in here. I mean, you could get a house here for, you know, $300,000 to $400,000, as we'll see when we see our other houses. Now, there's a hockey player right there bringing some hockey gear in. See across this street here, these houses, these guys are all on the Minnesota River, have tremendous views out of the back of their house. And that is our tour. So that ends our first video on Bloomington, Minnesota. I forgot to add the neighborhood drive after the first neighborhood that we stopped at. I will probably add that in the next day or so, so you can see what that neighborhood looks like after that first house. But Bloomington is outside 494, but it's right on the border. Its northern border is 494, and it is in Hennepin County. So, but it's a great town. I've got a lot of other videos uh, throughout Hennepin County uh, for you to look at, get a good idea of what living in the Twin Cities is like. Again, I appreciate any comments that you have or any feedback on my videos. It's always greatly appreciated. Please feel free to subscribe, tap that like button. And as always, this is Trent Seaman from the advisory group in eXp Realty in Hopkins, Minnesota. Your anchor on your voyage home.